One of the most likeable managers probably in the history of the Premier League, Rob Edwards. We're going to be talking about his journey, how he became Luton Town manager, how he pretty much started as just a manager and a coach. Before we quickly get down to things though, if any of you guys are new around here, please do make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and hopefully you're all doing well. But anyway, Rob Edwards was born on the 25th of December in 1982 in a small English town in Telford. His playing career, he had a fairly decent playing career. You know, he started off with Aston Villa, going for their youth academy. Played a couple of times on his youth academy appearance before going out on loan to multiple clubs like Crystal Palace and Derby County. He then decided to move across the West Midlands and moved to Wolverhampton Wanderers and played over 100 appearances for Wolves before then moving to Blackpool and making 59 appearances for them, and then being loaned out to Barnsley and then being loaned out multiple times, and then moving to Barnsley on a permanent, to finish off his playing career. After a pretty decent player career, retiring fairly early at the age of 30. We're going to quickly talk about his international career. Robert Edwards was an international for Wales, as he's half Welsh. International career, he played against many teams: Scotland, Norway, Canada, Hungary, Poland and Brazil, where he played over 450 minutes in total in international friendlies, in Euro qualification and World Cup qualifications, overall making 13 appearances for the Welsh national team. His debut came, I believe, in a 4-0 win against Al Jirabrani. That pronunciation is definitely wrong, but yeah. That is Rob Edwards' playing his national career. I wanted to quickly get that out of the way because you do need to hear the story before his actual managerial career. But anyway, let's talk about the start of his coaching career. So Rob Edwards, he retired at the age of 30, like I said, and then he quickly moved on to work for the Wolves under-18s coach, which he done relatively successful with them, according to various outlets and reports. They were doing pretty alright. And then he moved on into the coaching staff team of Kenny Jackets to help them towards the end of the 2014-2015 season, which Wolves did manage to stay in the Championship for that season. In 2016, he became an interim head coach at Wolves after the sacking of Kenny Jackett in 2016, and he took charge of 2 games, one of them in a 1-1 draw against Blackburn Rovers, and the one, I think, was a defeat to Sunderland in the league. And then being replaced by Paul Lambert. He did eventually stay on with Paul Lambert in his coaching team, which he then eventually, after Paul Lambert got sacked, his entire coaching team was released as well. Starting on to his first proper job in charge of football, where he became the manager of his hometown club, AFC Telford, where they finished 14th in the National League North. However, he left at the end of the season. After getting a decent offer to return back to Wolves in 2018, and he became the Wolves under-23s coach, which is where his real success starts in management. He actually led Wolverhampton Wanderers to the Premier League 2 Division 1 for the first time ever in the history of their club, which was a pretty, momentous occasion for the club. Rob Edwards does well with youngsters, showing that at Luton currently. But anyway, let's get back on track with the rest of the timeline. However, he didn't last as long as you would have thought he lasted at Wolves. Only lasting a year, he decided to leave and then help England's national team, where he helped the England under-20s and then became England under-16s first team head coach. And then this is where he properly started becoming manager in the English pyramid. He became the manager of Forest Green Rovers in 2021. And straight away after that, in his first month of charge, he won the managerial manager of the month after 4 wins in a row to kickstart his career. And then he eventually won it as well in November. And then Rob Edwards decided to get promoted with Forest Green Rovers after a 0-0 draw on the 23rd of April against Bristol Rovers. He led Forest Green's promotion to League One for the first time in the club's history. Definitely revolutionising Forest Green as a football club as well. They had a lot of talent which moved on to bigger things. Nicky Cadden at left wing back, playing the Championship at Barnsley, doing really well for them. Kane Wilson, another one of their fullbacks, moved on, currently playing Derby County in League One, but spent time moving to Bristol City at the end of that season in League One. So yeah, he ended off with that, and then he eventually left League Two, well not League Two, at the time at League One at Forest Green Rovers, and he was also actually announced League Two Manager of the Season. He eventually left Forest Green, though, come the end of the season after negotiations with recently relegated side Watford, taking the place of Roy Hodgson as manager. He managed to pick up a 1-0 victory against Sheffield United in his first game in charge, through João Pedro scoring the winner. However, after only 3 wins out their first 10 matches, Watford decided to do what they usually do, pulled the trigger, and they replaced him with Slaven Bilic. After sitting 10th in the table, Rob Edwards was sacked at Watford. He then spent a bit of time out of management before quickly getting into a job at Luton Town, which is where he's at now. Done very well with Luton Town after Nathan Jones moving on to join Southampton. Rob Edwards became the new Luton Town manager after joining, obviously, Luton Town from rivals Watford after him being sacked. And he managed to guide Luton Town to 3rd in the EFL Championship, managed to get into the playoffs, obviously, and faced Sunderland, Tony Mowbray, in both legs, and winning both of them legs as well, and then advancing through to the final, where they would meet Coventry City, which in a very dramatic 1-1 draw after leading the game, and then after going at level for a Gustavo Hamer goal, and we all know, unfortunately, that incident with Tom Lockyer on the pitch, it then went to penalties. Where obviously Luton Town did manage to get promoted to the Premier League after a 6-5 win on penalties, with Frankie Dabo winning missing the penalty that would have made the penalties continue after blasting it over the bar. And now he is currently in the Premier League after winning 5 matches so far and 5 draws. However, 13 defeats for Rob Edwards. After a very iffy start so far, he's found a bit of form with Luton, as Luton looking to try and stay up at the moment. He's got a tune out of players like Ross Barkley and Tahi Chong, who are playing well for Luton Town. As I'm recording this, though, they currently are losing 2-0 to Sheffield United. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this video on the channel. If you guys have, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Really hope you guys all to go and have an absolutely amazing day. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Take care.